Reed and R made the only Inteleon VMAX deck to reach day 2 at Limitless Q3. How did they do that? By controlling their opponent's energy when it's necessary and attacking with max bullet when the opportunity presents itself. It was also able to do well thanks to 3 copies of Weakness Guard energy, which stops that pesky lightning weakness because Pikarom and Boltund were everywhere during Limitless Q3. So as long as my Pikarom opponents that I'm probably going to face don't play the Giratina from Unified Minds, which just you put it on the bench and you remove a special energy, as long as they don't play that, I should have a chance. Otherwise, the Secret Agent Lizard is probably going to be retired forever and I'm never going to play it again because I don't have that much luck with it. And this could be a somewhat mirror match. I think I might play a Dedenne version and they might play just a straight water version. Or it could be Lapras VMAX. So this is a pretty good starting hand. I think since they're not playing Lightning, I'll probably quick ball the Weakness Guard energy. Oh, okay. Inteleon V showed up. I'll probably Stellar Wish first, just to see what I get. There's a bosses and a research. The bosses... Okay, I'm sort of seeing how this is going to unfold. If they only get one Snom down, so I'll probably grab the... Well, that Super Scoop Up would be really nice to hit, but I think I'll grab the Research. Or the Pokecom. I'll grab the Research. So what I'm going to do is hope they don't Marnie me. That would be bad. I'll attach the Weakness Guard energy. I could Super Scoop up the Jirachi, but that might help in the case of a Marnie. And I'll just hit done. So what I'm hoping to do is quite a few things next turn. Number 1 is Boss's Orders, the Snom. Number 2 is... Yeah, because I can't Snipe Shot. So I'd Boss's Orders, the Snom. They're going to Snipe Shot, that's fine. They didn't do anything, so that's good. I'm awake. Okay, maybe I did that. Maybe I messed up the order. Maybe I shouldn't attach the Weakness Guard energy. Alright, so there's a quick ball. So I really want to hit this Super Scuba. And I did. Good. Okay, I would have been severely punished if I didn't hit that. So I'm ahead on attachments. I will Pokecom the Jirachi, get an Inteleon VMAX, and are we just gonna trade? We might just trade Hydro Snipes the entire game. That would be kind of boring, but I'll go get another Inteleon V, and there's no other attackers in this deck. Inteleon VMAX is the attacker. There's no Volcanion Prism, there's no Keldeo, there's no crazy things you're gonna find. Just Hydro Snipe. So there goes their Snom. I don't know how much of a difference that really made, but they can evolve, put an energy back into my hand, and we just Hydro Snipe back and forth all day long. And that'd be pretty boring. And they have another Snom. So yeah, they're just gonna Hydro Snipe, and then this could be one of the most boring games you've ever seen. Just Hydro Snipe, Hydro Snipe. So hopefully they put the Weakness Guard back in my hand and be very kind to me. No, didn't think so. So I'm going to research. This deck does play Ordinary Rod, so I can see that energy again. There's a Snom. Thank you for showing up, Snom. Snipe Shot only does 40 damage, so I can't hit the Snom. I'll probably leave it, though, just in case they put down like a Ditto or something. And because they don't have Dedenne, I don't think this is a mirror match. So I don't know if they play Team Yellow Grunt. I don't really know if Team Yellow Grunt is 100% necessary because there's a... Oh, they play the Dawn Wings. That's a fun inclusion. So they have to have an air balloon or something. Okay, I like that inclusion. That's cool. You know, it's a cool inclusion in Zacian V decks too. Just with the ability Invasion, if it's on your bench, you can just put it in the active. Oh, and they play Crushing Hammer. Okay, so what do I want to do here? What do I want to accomplish this turn? There's the boss's orders. I can't knock out the Frostmoth, and if I bring up the Frostmoth, they can just Invasion. If I Hydros... I don't think Hydro Snipe's necessary. I probably will evolve now. I'll Marnie, and maybe I'll Marnie into everything I need, or into nothing that I need. Do I Dedenne? It's risky, but if I can get the right cards, I can start to do some real big damage. There's a Frostmoth. Something very important is missing here, but I can get... how many energies in there? 2 energy? Definitely. Okay, so I'll Ice Dance. That was dumb of me. Oh, I did that completely wrong. I should have switched. Don't be me. I'll do both, because why not? Sure, let's put a Jirachi back in there, and the 2 water energy. That was very bad of me. I'll Hydro Snipe, put an energy back in. Okay, so that was dumb. But then again, I would have burned 2 switches just to not take a knockout. You know, I know they have the big charm, so that's going to be annoying. I don't think this deck plays Tool Scrapper. And the good thing about knocking out that Snom is that I can take out the Dawn Wings at some point and a VMAX, and that's it. But they're set up for a Max Bullet to take a knockout on my VMAX. So I don't necessarily know if there was a ton I could have done, because this would have happened anyway. You know, I don't play the bucket. The deck doesn't play the Capacious Bucket. So I don't know if there's really anything I could have done better. You know, yes, I could have used Max Bullet, but that wouldn't have taken a knockout. That wouldn't have knocked out anything on the bench. I'd still sort of be in the same position. So the Dedenne makes the most sense to go up front, because it only has a 1 retreat cost, because I'm going to Marnie, and that won't be great. So I don't know if there's really a way I can win this one. That does not help me at all. And this is another one of the reasons I don't like Inteleon. Oh, that's just mean. So this, you're seeing why I don't like this deck. It doesn't have knockout potential. It can't just take a big knockout. You have to 2-shot, 3-shot things. You have to set up knockouts in advance. If you don't get energy into play, or if your opponent gets energy into play, Hydro Snipe sort of becomes useless. Team Yellow Grunt is your supporter for turn. Yeah, I'm probably gonna end up scooping because that was a very horrible Marnie. They're just gonna take a knockout. I'll put the Frostmoth up there, and the only way I can win this is if... oh no, I can't even win this because they'll just Snipe Shot. So that is a concede. Inteleon VMAX showed you why I don't like Inteleon VMAX. Hopefully in Game 2, things somewhat turn around. I know it might seem weird for me to basically root against a deck that saw some success at a tournament, but I really don't like Inteleon VMAX. You know, yes, it made Day 2. I'm not taking anything away from that, but it just never works for me. I just never have fun with it. It can never really seem to just get it done. And the Colossal deck, yes. Colossal's awesome. But with Inteleon VMAX, I don't like it. You know, it should have a very good matchup against ADP. And the first game I played today while I was recording was against ADP, and should have been great. But all I did was start Jirachi. That's it. Just a Jirachi. Hang on, let me still our wish. I will I don't really need to worry about weakness. I think I'll Pokecom the VMAX, Attach a Water, and Dedenne. And just, yeah, I started Jirachi, nothing else. They went first, so obviously they attached the metal to their ADP to get it powered up. I had to rely on a Team Yell Grunt to just not get completely run over. I managed to get Team Yell Grunt with Stellar Wish, and then I had nothing else. So it would have just been a game where I pretty much just do that the whole time. Do I want to bench that? Sure, I'll put that back in there and pass. Yeah, just the ADP game was horrible. They had their ADP on the bench, they attached energy, I Team Yell Grunted it, and then just they had Jirachi in the active. They were taking, a minute between things they were doing. They were taking forever. That didn't help. But I had nothing going on. I had a handful of supporters. I didn't have an Inteleon V. I had no Snom. I had no Dedenne. I had nothing. Just, it should have a good matchup against ADP, but apparently not. I can Hydro Snipe, that's not enough. Maybe a Vitality Band would make sense in the deck. Well, hopefully, I'm not quite looking at the list right now. Hopefully there's another Dedenne in the deck, because that's what I'm going for. There is. Good. Okay, so I'm going for Dedenne. And how do I want to play this? So I want to Ice Dance, because Ice Dance doesn't take away my attachment for turn. So I'll switch into Inteleon. So now all I need to do is get an energy. The bad news is that the deck doesn't play any way for you to get energy. Is there anything I can do here? I don't think there is. I can Hydro Snipe and that's about it. But yeah, the deck doesn't play Capacious Bucket. It doesn't play Viridian Forest. I'm trying to not make it seem like I hate this deck, but I really do not like this deck. Again, I got nothing on the list. The list is fine. The list is consistent for the most part. They had to find room for the Dedenne and the Jirachi, and that meant cutting a few things, and the ways to get your energy was one of those things. But I can only say so many bad things about the deck before I just don't want to anymore. I really don't like it. I have to rely on a Super Scoop Up to pull up a Dedenne, or I have to rely on a switch into a Jirachi. This just does not excite me. I want to play something like Colossal, where I have to order pad for a rare candy and get Colossal and do all this fun stuff. Alright, so there's Marshadow. I guess I Super Scoop Up first, see what happens. There's a heads, so I'm getting the Dedenne. Do I want to save anybody? Yeah, sure, I'll get rid of their dojo, I guess. Don't really want to save anybody, I just want to get some energy. There we go, a single energy. Do I want to save the switches? I don't think there's anything worth using Jirachi for right now. I'm pretty much set up. What is going on? I'm just not getting any energy. So Max Bullet, take out their Colossal. So this is probably going to be a win, just because... Alright, there's Team Yell Grunt. It's probably going to be a win just because I have Max Bullet. Yes, it's a good attack. I'll admit that. But doesn't mean I like the card. But the only thing they can do is get another Roly-Coly. And then I can hit that with Max Bullet, but I'll probably just go after the Sandaconda? Question mark? I don't know. If I go after the Roly-Coly, I can set that up for a knockout. I have options. This is probably going to end up as a win, unless they pull some crazy stuff. They'd need someone to take a big knockout. I'm trying to, I can't quite remember the Colossal list I played, but it played somebody that could do something. I just can't remember who it was. No point doing that. No point. Well, I guess, yeah, I guess there is a reason to just put the energy back in there. So I'm going to try and, I'm going to research and then hope for a boss's orders. And this is why the deck plays Super Scoop Up. I think I talked about Super Scoop Up in my previous Inteleon video, just how good it is in tandem with Ice Dance. You just wait till your VMAX gets hurt, Super Scoop it back up, have Jirachi as a pivot, and go forward from there. Yeah, hit the Roly-Poly. Why not? If they don't get into a Colossal, it's going down next turn. And there's boss's orders. That's good. So depending on what they do or don't do, I can pretty much just seal up a win next turn with boss's orders. And they do get Colossal. Good. And it has 160 hit points, so I guess technically I didn't need to max bullet it, whatever. I could have used max bullet on the Sandaconda V, boss's orders to Sandaconda V, and then max bullet for 2 knockouts. If they hadn't evolved. Or if they, what, I don't know what I'm talking about. Don't listen to me. Yeah, I can't quite remember. I think double V was my heavy hitter, but that wouldn't have knocked out an Inteleon VMAX, I don't think. So did I also play Heatran? Heatran would have been, I would have needed 7 fire energy on Heatran, which is possible. Oh, that's rough. That is rough. So yeah, I'll just bosses the Colossal and hit him with the old well played. So I'm glad Inteleon VMAX got a win. You're at least seeing how it could perform really well. Just personally, I'm not a fan of the Secret Agent Lizard. You know, I want to play other decks. I don't like max bullet. I don't like controlling energy just because there's so many ways to get energy back into play. You know, the big reason why the deck was successful is that it controls energy, but you didn't really see me do that this game. You know, it was just attacking. And if the attack was better, it wouldn't have been so close. I just wish Inteleon VMAX had a better attack. And I have to go digging for a water energy. Alright, so I'm going to thin with Quick Ball, get anybody out of the deck who is still in there. I only have 3 energy left? Okay, so I'm going to... Yeah, I'm going to have to just get as much out of the deck as humanly possible. Sure, I'll Pokecom. And I'll retreat. This is another reason... I'm not even going to say it. Not even gonna say it. I'm just gonna do the things. Just gonna switch into Inteleon VMAX. It's literally impossible for me to not get an energy. I think. Because if I have 3 cards, okay, it's possible for me to not get an energy, but I got an energy, and that is game. Phew. Okay. There you go. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.